Oh, boyfriend. They look like I'm crazy. She's leaving. I don't remember who I saw getting them out.
Pick up those straps. You can get on them in just a second.
Oh look, he has shoes on his front feet.
He threw a shoe. I had him shod last week and he's already pulled the shoe off, so I...
You better be.
Bring him over there. I'll bring the butter hit you.
Sure is pretty.
like your boots.
Thank you.
Hey.
$30 at the repair shop.
Get one of him put on the track.
I've been waiting here since Ben loves that buggy.
You don't like horses? What are you even doing out here?
I love them.
Nah.
I petted
Oh, don't roll down. Oh, that thing's high. We need a step ladder. He's mad about this buggy. I told him he's hostile.
These little black squares, I gotta get them in the middle.
What little black squares? Just look in the frame and make sure we're in it. You know, this harnessman is hard work. Yes, we have to play the crack.
Thank you.
We all gotta go now.
Oh. Miss Glover.
Hi, this is one of my secretaries.
One of your secretaries. Well, I tell you, I just can't believe all of this. But it doesn't look like it did when I was here.
I bet it
In
does.
47.
Did you teach down here?
Yes, 2 years. And then Smith was here 5 or 6 years.
I knew Smith was here, but I couldn't remember. And I knew Evelyn Simpson taught down here.
Yeah, Evelyn taught here. And then I came when they sent Smith down here, when he came back to China. And I taught 2 years. Then I went back here.
What grades did you teach?
Beg your pardon?
What grades did you teach?
I had first grade and 44 first graders, and the supervisor came and he looked in and he said he couldn't tell me from the first graders because then they wouldn't let them move to second grade until they could read. So they thought, but you know, sometimes you get some that never learn. And some of them was taught us out to that first grade. Well, I'm just so happy.
Okay.
What are y'all doing?
Oh, hamburger. Let me get the hamburger on there. We're gonna have hamburgers in a few minutes. Hot dogs. Chef Todd Hicks and Chuck Espin.
Clyde Roberts. I live in Hueytown, Alabama. I go to church with Mrs. Glover and her husband, and I'm glad to be out here today for the 100th anniversary of the Alliance School. I know a lot of the families that live in this area in Alliance, the Glaze family, work on coal mine batteries, so I'm acquainted with a lot of the Glaze family that work in the mines. My car is a 1932 Ford, what we call a 5-window coupe. It has a little opera window, you count that, and the door windows and the windshield, and you come up each side with 5-window coupe. It has a rumble seat, which sometimes referred to as the mother-in-law seat. It has a flathead Ford V8 engine, and 1932 was the first year for the V8. But of course this one is all souped up. It's got a lot of racing parts and 3 carburetors, and I've driven it to Springfield, Missouri, and to Pigeon Forge, and a lot of places. The car is very roadworthy. It has late model suspension and running gear in it, and there's a lot of pleasure for us to be out here today, and hope people are able to raise the money they'd like, and all the people involved to have a good time, I'm sure. Thank you.
Couldn't wait till I got started. I Not if you talk to her agent. Miss Brown. Miss Brown.
Gotta get a key tonight. Mama. I need to look in.
Jack, what do you want?
All right, we want to show you guys a little bit of what's going on with Taekwondo clubs in Unitown. My name is Walter Bush. I also run a club here at Alliance on Friday during school. We'll be starting back next September. And we're going to start out here with an opening board break by Casey Sproul. Mr. Sproul is one of our second degree junior black belts. Give him a hand. All right, guys, let's line up. Yes, y'all line up right behind me, just like in class now. Big get a face front. Behind Justin, there we go. Gypsy. Tennis and Taekwondo. Ziga. And ball back to me. All right, we're going to step out into a left sitting stance, left middle punch and yell. Yeah. Punch with a count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now double punch. 1, 2, 1, 2. And ball back to me. Stepping out into a left front stance, hands up in guard position and yell. Yeah. From here, you're going to do a number 2 back leg front kick, set down low block, high block, 2 punches. You guys ready? 1, 2. Now what we're doing here is just kind of a representation of the floor drills that we do during our classes. 1. And turn toward the back of the room, low block, high block, 2 punches and yell. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. And ball back to me, turn and face the front. Now in Taekwondo, I know you guys have seen like how gymnastics have their tumbling routines and figure skaters have their routines that they do. Well in Taekwondo, we also have routines and they're called forms. And the very first form we do, which I kind of like to refer to it as our kindergarten form because it's the very first one you learn. It's called Chun-Ji. Can be for Chun-Ji. Chun-Ji by your count. Shiga. And you'll notice that in this form it consists mostly of basic blocks and punches. Fast and hard. Just like a coach. Drop that kick. Take your time, man. And you'll notice now forms get a little more difficult. There's more movements to them, more techniques. You'll notice there's kicks and a combination of all the blocks and hand techniques that we use.
I'm putting in Jessica. How many shots do I get?
Alright. Alright, he gets 3 and you're gonna get 2. Is that way you're gonna do it, Derek?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, here, I'll get your balloon. You come over here.
For me?
Yeah, you come over here. Okay, get out. Okay, that's, you can have that one. Get out. Good. Good job.
Mr. Pearson,
We gonna get him in the buggy. I'm sure glad you came back. Same thing like that. All right, Mr. Pearson, go act like you're getting up there. What do you mean? He's trying to be diplomatic.
I was trying to give it to
We got to have it on tape.
Well, let me tell you what. I'm blocking your view. I'm sorry.
When you get right to about in the middle, wave.
A recruited man assistant. Yes, I'm the holder of the chair.
Yeah, I saved this one for you. I brought this.
I think someone help you on your pizza? Miss Glover, I would please come on up here. And at this time we have a very special man here. I think the world of him, and I know Miss Glover does, and I'd like to get Mr. Pearson to come on up and say a couple of words.
I can promise you this won't take very long, but I want to say to Ms. Glover, the entire PTA, the staff, and especially the kids. I know how hard you work to make this school the very best that it can be. When you look around and look at the faces, I think you can tell it. All you have to do is look in the jump them up here, or whatever we call it. I know they're enjoying it. And to the parents, we really appreciate you. As I walk through and I noticed that this is the 100th year celebration. You have a lot to be proud of, and a lot of you have parents or you know people who work in this community, and it's wonderful. To the young people, we appreciate you, but again, I do thank you for inviting me. You have a hard-working PTA, a very hard-working PTA, and I want you to give them a hand at this time. Again, please keep up the good work. This is a special school for me. I always enjoy coming, and I apologize. I have another event that happened that I must be at 11 o'clock, or I would stay longer. But thank you for inviting me.
My name is Thomas Feltman, and I graduated from Allied School in 1946.
And I went on from there on to Oak Grove and finished up there. But our principal at that time was Samuel Ernest Pruitt. And one of the teachers that I remember was Miss Brewis. As I recall, she taught the 5th grade and later I think the 6th grade. There was an elderly lady named Miss Coleman, and she was in the 7th grade, but I don't remember her first name, but all these teachers were wonderful. And when you look back at 1946, and here it is 1996, it doesn't seem like it's been 50 years. But what you do now is you learn from one another, and you pay attention to what's going on around you, because one day in your life, in time to come, you'll be meeting like this, and you'll be recalling memories and the acquaintances that you knew. And the people that you know now, you'll know them all of your life, and you'll meet them in business, you'll meet them socially, you'll meet them just in good friendship. So your friends, take good care of them and love them. And like I said, it's been a long time since we were here, but I've enjoyed every step of the way, and it's good to be back here in your new school.
Okay, you can go.
That's great.
You can walk, Dragon.
Okay, go.
Giddy up, Marcus. Giddy up, Dragon.
Everybody together. Let's go together. Y'all with me? Can y'all see? I can't see
Mr.
much.
Balaban.
Right, Patty, we're
Getting ourselves out. So I was here when that went on. But this is wonderful. The children put this.
That's not gonna stay up, y'all.
All right, good break. Give my hand there. Everybody line up.
so happy to have you here today on our 100th year anniversary. What years were you principal here at Alliance?
1983 to 1989.
And how many changes have you seen over the years?
I've
at
seen
Alliance?
about 4. There's been a lot of changes down here, and but I enjoyed my 6 years at Alliance School.
You were instrumental in getting us our walking track.
Yes, walking track, and when I came down here, they were talking about closing the school. But I'm tickled death. People got behind the school and worked with us, and we were able to do a lot of things here at Alliance. And we got a gym, in which we didn't have before. That media center down in the middle was our gym doing the wet weather.
Tell them what's happening right now, Mr. Turner.
Huh?
Tell them what's happening on tape right now with our weather.
Okay. Got a severe thunderstorm warning. That's what the siren's about. But today is the 100th anniversary of education for Alliance School, and I think it's a great idea because our kids' education is very important. And I appreciate all the help that I got when I was principal of this school, because without the parents and without the people and without the children, you don't have anything. And the kids are well behaved, and I hope they're still well behaved, because they were when I was here, because they knew what that paddle meant. So I'm glad to be here, and I thank you for the time. This is my partner. This is my boss that I've been having for 42 years. So she keeps me straight.
Wonderful.
And so we just work together. Well, she's retired now, and I'm retired too, so we're enjoying retirement.
Well, good.
And but it's you say something.
It's just really neat to be here today. And this is a special school because it was special for Charlie. It was his first principal's position. And he had such a wonderful, wonderful reception here. And he had so much wonderful support while he was here. And so it's a neat thing to get to come back and celebrate with you today.
Well, we thank you both very much, and you both are very loved and special to our
Yeah.
school. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
Sure, thank you.
All right, this is Jasper Vines. He donated the land for the school. This is back in, the school was built here last time in, what, 1915? But Jasper Vines was grandpa. He had one daughter and 4 sons that I can remember. And my grandmother was the only daughter they had. His wife was Louise Smith Vine. She died several years before he did. This is his wife, Louise, was Kate Smith's daughter. But they lived in the old log house on the right-hand side of the road before you get to Black Creek Fishing Camp Road. But they donated the land for the school, and even in the Toadvine book it tells of him loaning the county, Jefferson County, money to build the courthouse in Buster. So you might look at some of these pictures and think that poor folks or something, but they were a family that was well noted in the area, and so many relatives are kin to them now through the Vines and all. But they had Uncle Newt Vines was a lawyer of the family. Dr. Milton Vines was the doctor of the family, and Uncle Cape Vines was that was Lottie Rainwater's daddy, and Percy Leonard Vines' daddy. He was the school teacher of the family, and Uncle Lat Vines was a farmer of the family. He always was proud to say he had never worked in public works, but he did make his own living. He was a farmer and proud of it, and had a large family. And of course, quite a few of them still live in the Alliance area today. But grandpa's, I always call him, he's my great-grandfather. My grandmother was the only daughter. And they lived close to the old home place up until their death. But he did put out a lot of land for the community, donated many times of different money and for various civic things and all. This was a high school at one time, and they say in the deed that it said as long as it was a high school, it was county and school property, but it was supposed to go back to the family, but that was hearsay. I can't prove any of that. Of course, naturally the family would not want to do away with any of the schools as much as we have in the area. But this is Jasper Vines and his wife Louise Smith Vines. Now, Grandpa died in 1932. I can remember fishing with my grandmother that day and coming back for the home up